Oh, there better not be a platform involved here. I wonder why Mr. Chin just took off for Stonehenge all of a sudden. Maybe he's got something to hide. The guidebook says that Stonehenge is near Salisbury. Stonehenge is supposed to be one of the most mysterious prehistoric ruins in the world. The train to Salisbury will take us to Stonehenge, Carson. Let's see if we can catch up to Mr. Chin there. Mr. Chin with 2 N's, not 1. Stonehenge is so cool and spooky. I get the major creeps when I think about how old it is. I wonder if that guy talking to the guard is Mr. Chin. You know what? I think it is. I'm pretty sure Mr. Chin was American, if I recall. Yes, I'm Mr. Chin. I was honored to be invited by the British government to take part in excavating the ruins of the Roman city wall at the Tower of London. I must confess the opportunity was tempting enough to convince me to work with that fraud John Bentley once again. Mr. Bentley? Why do you call him a fraud? It does not speak well of a man for him to speak ill of his fellows, but I will not hide the fact that I believe John Bentley's work to be sloppy and careless. In bed? What? We once worked side by side on a dig in Crete, and his carelessness lost us our funding. He kept very sloppy notes on the inventory, until no one was sure what had actually been uncovered. But the Roman ruins here in England are some of the most interesting in the world to me. They're remnants of one of the farthest corners of the great Roman Empire. England was the most distant outpost of Rome's imperial colonies. When we compare what we find to ruins back in Italy, we can see if life was different for the Romans stationed in Britain. Yeah, the ones in Italy ate better. When work was called off for today, I took advantage of the holiday to explore some of England's other interesting sites. Having read about Stonehenge in ancient Roman writings, I could not resist the chance to see the famed standing stones. Oh, he looks like he's out of a sitcom from the 60s. Mr. Chin is one of the most interesting visitors we'd had in these parts in ages. He certainly knows his ancient history. We've been having a good long chat about the Romans and what their impressions of the British must have been all those centuries ago. I always heard that the Romans thought Britain was a wild place full of magic and mystery, like pixies. They were none too keen to meddle with us at first. The early British were savage men from the forests, who must have seemed exceedingly strange to the civilized types from Rome. There was one tribe I heard tell of, called the Picts. That must have scared the Romans something fierce. They were wild men from the north, and when it came time for battle, they covered their bodies with a strange blue paint from a plant called woad. That must have given those Roman soldiers quite a fright. Mr. Chin's briefcase is open on the grass beside him. The briefcase contains several books that appear to be written in Chinese in a small velvet bag. I like the total red herring of the small velvet bag. Don't worry, it's just his cocaine. Ready? Pick the clues that you think best show the truth about those Roman coins. I think we were ready like 20 minutes ago. I don't know which is worse, that Mr. GREBES doesn't know how to count, or that the entire staff of the British Museum thought that that mummy's heart was in a jar. It's kind of a tie. Great! Now, if you think that one of the archaeologists stole 96 coins, pick that suspect. If you think GREBES is just a fucking moron, pick the Roman coins. You got it, Carson. All the ruckus over the coins was for nothing, making this one of the most pointless mysteries we've ever had to solve. All of the archaeologists at the site had something nasty to say about each other, but you saw through all that to the plain facts. Mr. Smythe recorded the find of 100 denarii in the inventory. When we asked him, he mentioned the find of a cache of coins worth 100 denarii. No, worth, sorry. Emphasis on the wrong word. Find a cache of coins worth 100 denarii. But Mr. Grebes only counted 4 coins. And when we talked to Mr. Bentley, he said they had uncovered 4 valuable Roman coins, which was really all the information we needed to solve this stupid case. The key to the mystery lay in the fact that the coins found at the tower were gold, not silver. It raises the question, why didn't they just refer to them as gold coins? That's like saying, I found $100 worth 400 quarters. Like, why the fuck would you say that? In the library, we learned that 1 gold Roman coin, called, I wish I knew how to pronounce any of these words, is worth 25 silver Roman coins, called denarii. 4 times 25 makes 100, so the full 4 gold coins were worth 100 denarii, just as Mr. Smythe told us, and just as he wrote in his inventory. None of the coins were missing at all, and Grebes should really lose his job for being such an idiot. Jake, even you could have solved this one. Roman ruins found. American sleuths Carson Drew and Jennifer Eagle, along with 3 world-renowned archaeologists, were toasted today at the Tower of London for their work uncovering a cache of treasures from the time of the Roman occupation of Britain. Carson and Jennifer helped us greatly in a rather delicate matter, explained Chief Warder Hargreaves. They managed to see through the suspicions of all the adults around them and unravel the misunderstanding that had caused us to postpone the excavation. The artifacts retrieved from the site will be on display within the week at the British Museum's Roman Britain section, where Percy Tribb and Cecil Grange will probably proceed to lose the collection.